Hi, hello. You must think I live in this corner of the kitchen because I've been here the last few times, but I'm actually making natural firelighters because last Sunday we went for a woodland walk. We collected lots of cones. Now, actually, they will burn anyway, but I'm just going to make a firelighter with them to ensure that they will get the fire started. So these ones have all been drying out over the range, so you can see all their little scales have opened, and I've got some left in the bag still, and they're very wet still and tightly clamped up. So before I go on about this, I just want to say thank you so much to all the new subscribers. You're very welcome here. And if you forgot to hit the bell, please do so, because sometimes you won't get notified of the new videos that we put out. And I just want to say something about the comments. We get such beautiful, lovely comments. They're really heartwarming. They're just so lovely, and we really, really appreciate them. And it's lovely to see that people comment on other people's comments, and it's like a little conversation going. And I can approve those comments on comments, but I cannot reply to them. So if somebody asks a question on the back of somebody else's comment, I can't answer because there's no option to reply to those. So to reply to them, I'd have to go back to the film, the video. I'd have to trawl through every single comment to find the comment that somebody made on that comment. And I just haven't got time. It's impossible. So just to let you know, I'm not ignoring those comments. I love to get comments. I read them all. But when it's a comment to a comment, I can't reply. So anyway, I've been making these little cone strings so that I can dip them into the wax. Some of them have little twigs on, so they're easier to do. And we've also been collecting couch grass from the polytunnel, which is completely overgrown. And these tied into a big knot, these long pieces of grass tied into a big knot, also make little firelighters. And I've got lots up here drying, little knots. They're going to burn very quickly, so they're just to kind of supplement the kindling. But it's just another way of using a natural resource instead of having to use the petroleum firelighters that we've been using to date. So I have a pan of wax here, and I'm going to just show you how I dip these in. That's why I have the aluminium foil here, because it's going to be messy. In fact, that's all melted. I'll bring it over to here. So when I'm dipping them, I want them to be submerged for a few seconds to make sure that they have enough wax on them. Okay, so that's a few of those done. Another thing we do is we dry our citrus peels, and citrus peels, I'll have to do a film on those because they've got a myriad of uses. But we'll just spoon in some wax. There's natural oils in the citrus peel as well. And if we just fill that little dish of peel with some wax, it's another little firelighter. Another method, and I mean, the methods I'm showing you here will no doubt inspire you to come up with other ways. But another method is to take an egg carton, and you could even put some of the very small cones in here because they're just too small to really. So any dried debris such as the grasses or any dried plant material or wood, I've got some wood shavings here, and you just fill your egg carton. Now you could fill it with, somebody suggested already, filling it with the lint from your drying machine if you have a dryer. But anything like that. You could even put the sweepings from the floor into it, because a lot of the time in our house it's dog hair, it's cat fluff, and so when that's done, we're going to again pour in some candle wax. Now this candle wax that I'm using, it's all different kinds of candles. Some of these are petroleum based, some of them are natural. And either way, at this moment, while we still have petroleum candles to get through, at least it's being put to a second use. It's being recycled. It's not just being thrown away into landfill or wherever. Then you just close up your egg carton, and then when you're ready to use it, I would tie a bit of string around it as well. Still a lot of molten wax in here. And then you just tear off a piece at a time. And so it's going to make maybe 1, 2, 3, maybe 6 or more firelighters from this. So I think the smaller cones, I'm just on the last drop of wax now. I'm just going to throw these tiny little cones in and give them a little soaking, and I won't bother with the strings. So there you go, very simple. It's only taken me 5 to 10 minutes. It's something you can do if you go on your walks and you collect your cones. It's something you can be doing of a winter's evening. You can get your children involved. It's a lovely little hobby, making something and thinking about where things actually come from. And I'm going to go and I'm going to test these out now on the living room fire. The sawdust is wet, so it should really go up and ignite the wonderful, warm, cosy fire that we need on days like this. We're expecting Storm Dara. It's torrential rain. It's grey, grey, grey skies. It's wind, and it's a day for being cosy in the house. So I'm going to go now and try to light the fire in the living room with our new Firelighters. So this is our lovely wood burning stove here in the living room. So let me see, I'll put a bit of this waxy paper in. And then we've got twiggy kindling here that's nice and dry now for the last year or so. So if you don't have your own stove, this is called setting the fire. So I'm just arranging some kindling in here, and I like to put it crossways and then perpendicular, and it gives a kind of a bed for the fire to be set on. Some people might set their fire where the fire lights from the bottom, but in this stove I like to set it where the fire lights from the top. So I've got my kindling in. I'm going to put in my firelighters. There's my bit of citrus with the wax in. Cones going in now, just dotting them in and around. So the strings are handy because they can act like a little wick. I'm lighting this outside because it's very windy inside the chamber here. Hey, there it goes. So there, we've got the fire going. In another couple of minutes, I'll be able to add a log or a piece of turf to it. And I'm surprised that I used fewer of these to get to that stage than I would have used with the petroleum firelighters. So that's great, and these will do for the next time. And now we're in for a nice cosy evening next to the fire. So I hope you're all keeping warm yourself, and we'll see you next week. Bye. I hope you enjoyed today's film. If you did, subscribe and hit the bell for notifications. And have a look at the website danusirishherbgarden.com for more information about us and about the herbal medicine courses I offer and the Wise Woman Way training. And if you go to the shop, you can find the books, the weed handbooks and other herbal goodies. And remember, we put a new film out every Sunday. So looking forward to seeing you next week.